In every single one of my assessments and evaluations, what I look for in the upper body is scapulo-humeral rhythm. That means as you lift the arms up overhead, how are the shoulder blades moving in relation to the arm as the arm elevates? So if you look at me here from behind, if you can kind of key on my shoulder blades, as I lift the arm, how are my shoulder blades upwardly rotating? As I go overhead, do I have a tendency to lift my arms up and squeeze my shoulder blades back initially and then let them go? Do they move freely as I lift the arms overhead? What I'm finding more often than not is a lot of people are actually retracting the shoulder blades back and down as they come up. Again, this isn't something they're trying to do. I'm trying to cue them and, hey, don't think about anything, don't do anything. Just nice and easy, lift your arms overhead so you can see how those move naturally. So people are almost cueing or overly teaching themselves how to squeeze shoulder blades back and down and train the shoulder blades to lock in to be more stable. The problem is those shoulder blades need to upwardly rotate. If we don't have that upward rotation, we actually run out a lot of space here in the shoulder sooner. So shoulder blade, as I lift my arm overhead, has to rotate to accommodate this arm motion overhead. If that doesn't happen, I run into more of a closed down space here at the subacromial space a lot sooner. So different things like rotator cuff tendonitis, subacromial impingement, those things are a lot more likely. For a long time, what I have done was thrown a lot of manual therapy at that with not really great benefits or results. Instead, what I like to do now is work on getting that upward rotation and protraction. One of the great exercises to do that is this landmine shoulder press. So this motion actually is more of a mix between the chest press and the shoulder press. It's not one or the other, horizontal or vertical. It's right in the middle. So as we come up and push the arm forward, we can get that shoulder blade to move around the rib cage in a nice way. So if I start here, I always like half kneeling position to get a good setup position. We get some core and hip stability as well. I'm just holding this bar right to the shoulder. I'm going to come up to the top. Instead of just stopping here and trying to retract and depress the shoulder and keep that shoulder blade locked down, I'm going to let the shoulder blade move and I'm going to push a little further up, away. So at that very end, that shoulder blade is continuing to glide around the rib cage. And that's what we really want to encourage here with that scapular motion, is it moves freely around the rib cage. It's not always in this shoulder blade back and down position and restricted. So we want to let and teach that shoulder blade how to move properly, because if we don't, we'll run into a lot of problems at the shoulder when we don't have that gliding of the shoulder blade around the rib cage.